When someone speaks up about abuse in another person, immediately works hard to portray them as a liar, ignorant, crazy, unstable, dramatic, or unreliable, people often see that as a red flag because discrediting the person can be a way to avoid addressing the actual claim. A few reasons this raises concern. Attacking credibility instead of the issue. That's a big red flag. If the focus quickly shifts from what happened to this person is flawed, it can be a diversional tactic. Patterns seen in abusive dynamics are some abusive people use strategies like denial, minimization, blame shifting, or attacking the accuser's character to protect themselves. Power and narrative control. So when someone is very invested in controlling how others see the person speaking up, it signals fear of consequences or a need to maintain a certain image. Labeling someone as ignorant, unstable, or dishonest can make others stop listening to them, which can leave the person speaking up more isolated. You see, overreaction itself can be information. Like this individual almost posting in a daily that someone is stupid, ignorant, or whatever. A strong, coordinated, or relentless effort to destroy someone's credibility sometimes makes observers wonder why such an intense response is necessary. Because doing that in a daily doesn't make you more intelligent. Because we all know that who I'm dealing with are psychopaths who's into blipping scripts. So she said, a real mastermind can walk into confusion and leave clarity behind. They do not need to manipulate, manufacture enemies, or recruit insecure people to validate their version of events. Their intelligence can stand on its own. Well, just for your clarity, there's a genius out there who's doing all that. I never claimed to be one. And that same genius was also claiming to be recognizing patterns and taking down a whole coven, in which, in a lot of these manipulated narratives, I was the villain. And I was in that coven. So everything she said about manipulating the room, manufacturing enemies, or recruiting people, well, all of that is what they're doing. While they tried so hard to manipulate that I was a certain way, well, I don't manufacture enemies as it is evident to all, with real evidence of those attacks for years. They are, though, manufacturing enemies when they tried so hard to antagonize someone who's doing cruel things to their alleged victim in their false narratives, which never really happened. No one is recruiting insecure people. I don't have such resources to waste. But someone posted that there's someone out there paying these tarot readers. Well, thank you for acknowledging your insecurity. This is probably the only time you will be accountable. You cannot gaslight people that you weren't an enemy and that your gang stalking doesn't exist. Didn't exist. Past cannot be rewritten and gaslighted. These people that you were trying to manipulate aren't foolish and blind as you assume them to be. with less intelligence than you. We all understand, unless you're a minion, that lies are often spoken, but truth is often recognized through patterns, felt through experience, and realized over time. So when you see two people in an argument, one posts vaguely and the other confronts directly, understand that sometimes truth shows itself in who is willing to be clear. Truth is not always loud, but one thing that is sure, it doesn't fear clarity.